attention that someone who is a former Village of Dalton employee is wearing the Village of Dalton uniform, and that is considered impersonating a Village of Dalton employee. You cannot speak for the Village of Dalton. You cannot do that. Once you have been fired, you no longer work for the Village of Dalton.
Hey y'all, it's your girl. You know the drill. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, share the video, and of course get in the comments and let me know what you think. Alright, so I came across this old clip from about 3 years ago, and let me tell you, it's more relevant than ever because of what just went down this past Easter. There's something Tiffany says in this video that had me shaking my head because, honestly, it's wild, and I just had to bring it to y'all. So tonight we're diving into irony. No time to waste, we're jumping right in. Now, this clip is from back in the Coco days, so, you know, everything was happening on Zoom. Nobody was even in the same room. But Tiffany had an issue with something, and she decided to call it out. And what she said, whew. Looking back on it now, especially with what she's just done recently, it's kind of crazy. It's like it's always opposite day with Tiffy. I swear, she'll point fingers at something, then turn around and do the exact same thing later. Let's
Want to know and understand there is no trespassing at the old Village Hall. I have been getting reports that someone is trespassing in the old Village Hall. Whether you are an ex-employee or resident, I don't understand how or why you're going in Village Hall or how you even got the code for that matter. So that's why I said you could possibly be an ex-employee. If you're caught trespassing, we will prosecute to the fullest extent of the law because you cannot go in a government building. Number one, unannounced. Number two, not even invited. So please know that you will be arrested. So I just want you guys to know that. Next, it was brought to my attention that someone who is a former Village of Dalton employee is wearing the Village of Dalton uniform, and that is considered impersonating a Village of Dalton.
Hey y'all, it's your girl. Before we dive in, go ahead and smash that like button, hit subscribe, share this video, and drop your thoughts in the comments because trust me, you're gonna want to weigh in on this one. Phew, it's a mess. So I came across this old clip, about 3 years old, and it's way more relevant now because of what went down this past Easter. There's something Tiffany says in this video that is just too ironic to ignore, y'all. It's like every time she opens her mouth, it's opposite day. Tonight's episode is all about irony, baby. No delays, no wasting time. We're jumping right in. So back then, during the Coco era, yeah, the pandemic, everything was on Zoom and nobody was in the same room. And it shows. But Tiffany had a big problem with someone doing something she didn't like, and of course, she addressed it publicly. Now here's where it gets interesting. She was calling someone out for doing the exact same thing she's doing right now. That's a whole gag. Here's the situation. Apparently, someone Tiffany fired when she first stepped into office, this was early 2021, right when she was just getting her toes wet as mayor, was spotted rocking Village of Tan uniform gear. Yep, they got fired, but were still walking around wearing that merch like they still worked there, out here flexing in super mayor attire like they still ran things. And Tiffany? Oh, she was not having it. She went on a whole rant like, "You can't do that. Once you're fired, you no longer represent the village. You can't walk around impersonating staff. You don't work here anymore." She even said something about them not being able to speak good in a meeting, whatever that means. But you get the point. She was big mad, y'all. She said if you've been terminated, you shouldn't be wearing the village logos, using the branding, or speaking like you're still part of the staff. None of that. It was giving cease and desist energy. She even said, anyone caught impersonating an employee of the Village of Tan will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Phew, sounds serious, right? But now let's fast forward to this past Easter. And here's where the contradiction, the irony, and flat-out hypocrisy come in. Guess who was out here playing dress-up in the exact role she no longer holds? Yep, Tiffany herself. Out here at Easterfest, handing out food she didn't even pay for, standing in front of official-looking signs acting all official. And then she says, "Hey guys, it's Super Mayor. How y'all doing? Super Mayor Tiffany here, the people's mayor, people's supervisor, the people's mayor and people's supervisor. Neither of those are actual positions. And definitely neither one of them is something she holds anymore. But there she is, pretending, performing, cosplaying, giving "I still run this town" energy in full costume. "Ma'am, the call is coming." From inside the house. It's giving everything she accused someone else of doing, impersonating a village employee, acting like she has authority, wearing logos and branding, all of that. But when she does it, it's fine. Make it make sense. It's like, girl, you said that once you get fired, you can't be out here acting like you're still on the payroll, and now you're standing there with a full face of makeup, a title you no longer hold, smiling in front of township logos like it's campaign season all over again. Speaking of makeup, let's just talk about it for a second. What was going on with that face to foundation situation? It was wild. She had layers, like 8 layers. It was giving painted on with a roller brush like she bathed in foundation. I know people still wear foundation, but this was a foundation takeover. She didn't wear the foundation wore her. It looked heavy, caked, not blended, not matched. The undertone? Orange. We're talking traffic cone levels of orange, y'all. And the wig? Ma'am, that wig was giving fabric. It looked like fishing wire meant for Halloween store clearance. It was not laid, not styled, not colored right. I don't know who did that unit, but baby, the color job was unprofessional. Sorry, not sorry. Let me explain. Because those who know color know what happens when you take dark brown or black hair, slap some random lightener or developer on it, leave it for like 10 minutes, and wash it off without doing anything else. That's exactly the goldish yellow mess she was giving. It's the color you get when you try to go blonde at home and don't know what you're doing. Like you grabbed a box dye from Walmart, said a prayer, and hoped for the best. Patches of uneven brown and gold. That ain't it, honey. Back to the main point, though. She literally said, "Anyone caught impersonating the village staff will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law." So where's the popo, Tiffany? Because you're definitely out here impersonating not just one, but 2 roles you no longer hold. I get it. This is personal. This situation feels real personal to her. Maybe someone she fired got too close to Kamal, or she thought they did. She always swears people want her man, but girl, no one wants Kamal. That's just you projecting. At the end of the day, if you're going to say people can't act like they work for the village after being fired, then you can't either. You don't get to change the rules just because it's you, especially when you set the rules in the first place. So again, let's play by your rules, Tiffany. Fullest extent of the law, right? That's what you said. So go ahead and take that. Costume off, return the merch, wash off that orange face, and sit down. Knowledge is there, so I know exactly what I'm looking at. That wig? Yeah, that's what happens when you throw lightener on dark hair, let it sit for 10 minutes, and rinse it out. That's it. That's the whole technique. No toner, no blending, just vibes. And the result? A patchy yellow gold mess. You don't get that color on purpose, that's a mistake. That's the "I thought I could go blonde with box dye" energy, and it's extra ironic because she paid for that wig with a job she no longer has. Sis out here rocking a mayor-level wig with no mayor-level paycheck. The irony? Chef's kiss. Now let's pivot, because this is where it gets juicy. Tiffany once called someone out publicly for impersonating a Village of Tan employee. Said person had been fired and was still seen wearing official merch. Tiffany got all up in arms talking about how you can't represent the village if you don't work here anymore, that you can't use our logos. That's impersonation, and that's a crime. Okay, cool. Got it. Rules are rules. Now let's fast forward to this past Easterfest. And who's out here acting like she still runs the show? That's right, Tiffany. Giving out food she didn't even pay for, standing in front of official. Signage talking about, "Hey guys, it's Super Mayor Tiffany, the people's mayor, the people's supervisor, excuse me." Ma'am, neither of those are real positions, and neither are your positions. You are not the mayor, you are not the township supervisor, and you're not even on staff. But here she is, with her $1,000 wig, her full beat face, out here doing full cosplay, playing pretend, performing. And you know what? That's exactly what she accused someone else of doing. Word for word. But when she does it, crickets. It's the hypocrisy for me. Let's circle back to that wig though, because, girl, that is not a $1,000 look. It's giving very much synthetic, very much plastic, very much fishing line. The color was not custom, not blended, not professional. It was I did it in my bathroom and rinsed it off early energy. And the foundation, baby, she was wearing all the foundation, every single layer. Like she didn't wash her face and just kept layering it on to cover up the dry skin underneath. That's what it's giving. Now, during one of her little mayor speeches, she says, and I quote, "Anyone impersonating a Village of Tan employee will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. So call the popo, Tiffany, because that's, you're impersonating someone with power, someone with a job, and I hate to break it to you, but your card's been declined. You don't have that authority anymore." She even tries to come for folks saying someone's been seen trespassing at the old village hall. She goes on, claiming she's received reports that a certain individual has been accessing the building. Girl, please. You know she's lying. She's just trying to dig at someone she doesn't like, probably saw them come pick up their things after she fired them. All shady. And did you catch how she tried not to smile while saying it? That's how you know she's messy. This wasn't concern, this was petty. It was personal, just like everything else she does. Now let's take a moment. Imagine I could go back in time and speak to Tiffany in 2021, right when all this started, when she was feeling herself basking in her new mayor power. Here's what I'd say. Tiffany, it's me, Chibi. I'm coming to you from the future. It's June 7th, 2021, and I need you to listen. In about 3 years, you're going to lose this job. That man standing next to you, Jason, he's going to take it from you. Yes, him, right under your nose. And it's going to be messy. Girl, just stop being a hot mess. Save yourself the drama. Don't create an ice rink and name it after your daughter. It's going to be weird. Just stop being a douche. Maybe you'll keep your job. But no, Tiffany didn't listen, and now she's got nothing but that wig and a title she doesn't own anymore. Oh, and let's not forget the orange, y'all. The wig and her skin tone were matching. Like, where does the wig end and the skin begin? We don't know. We cannot tell. It's all just one layer of orange. Now here she is, standing next to Clerk Brown and Jason, the new mayor, and she's talking about there's no transparency. Ma'am, were we even talking about that, or did you just get confused? Because I'm pretty sure we were talking about trespassing, not transparency. Let's be honest, she can't read good. It's okay. We all have our strengths. Reading just ain't hers, and this whole story about someone mysteriously getting a code to the old village hall, girl, who are you fooling? That person was probably just an employee coming to get their stuff. You're just salty. You like to scare people, try to intimidate them, and it's not cute. It's giving very much bitter Xbox boss energy. So yeah, Tiffany's out here breaking her own rules, looking like a walking spray tan, wig stiff and dry, face beat to the gods but still looking a mess, talking about law and order but not even following her own rules. That's the real story here. Anyway, that's enough for today. I've had my fun. If y'all enjoyed the tea, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider becoming a member because it keeps me here and not there. You know what? That's most important. Mama loves you. Yes, she do. Behave because I'm not going to. That sounds boring. Bye, y'all.